Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This guy has been suggested a lot, and quickly I just want to say, I did a video on Dwayne Wade yesterday and it got blocked, which is frustrating, so that's the reason there was only one upload yesterday, so I apologise for that. But again, Dirk Nowitzki, I may be saying his name wrong, I think he's German, and yeah, this guy's been suggested a lot from my streams and from my YouTube comments and from my Discord. What's commonly said about this guy is he carried his team alone to a championship, which when you think about that, that's like insane. Because usually it's a duo or it's even a trio. So to do that on your ones, do that on your own is like that's saying something. But yeah, I know this guy's a legend. I've seen him in like statistical videos, and he's always up there with some of the best. But this video is six Dirk Nowitzki facts that will leave you speechless. This isn't focused on his actual sort of how he played, etc. But if you want a video on that, just let me know in the comments by liking the video and just saying in the comments like, what video you'd like me to see of him to do with gameplay, etc. But yeah, man, let's get into this. And quickly, I want to thank you guys so much for the streams, man. Like, it's blown me away. Like, all the donations, the follows. I'm literally gone with it. I don't know how. I'm still sort of like in like shock with it. I'm just like kind of like what the hell's going on? Like, we've nearly got 1,000 followers. We've been doing it we've streamed twice, and I've had this Twitch for 3 to 4 days. The support is insane. For everyone who's done that, thank you so much. Oh man, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yo, let's get into this. I don't want to like ramble because some of you guys may not be into that sort of stuff, but thank you to the guys who've been involved in that. Let's get into this and see why this guy's been suggested so much.
Dirk Nowitzki is one of the greatest players of all time. He was a champion, an MVP, Finals MVP, 13-time All-Star, 12-time.
Oh, didn't he play the? Oh, he was. He's played the second highest amount of seasons in the NBA, I think. Behind. Who was it behind? I forgot who it was behind, but that was a stat I saw as well. So he's played consistently for a long time. He retired like a year ago, I think. If you want to
see Dirk play his last couple of years in the NBA, I'd recommend checking out SeatGeek. It's an app that actually...
Shout out if you're getting your money, bro. Shout out for getting your money. Hopefully, maybe one day I can get a sponsor, but now let's just skip that because obviously.
This video, I'm going to talk about 6 incredible facts about Dirk Nowitzki that will leave you.
He looks huge.
Number 6, he won a lot without that much help.
This is what I've heard a lot about.
After Steve Nash and Michael Finley left, Dirk did not have that much help at all. From 2005 to 2018, Dirk's teammates made a combined total of 2 All-Star appearances.
What?
That was a 37-year-old Jason Kidd in 2010, who was an injury replacement, and Josh Howard in 2007.
What?
That's pretty ridiculous.
What?
I know Dirk has played with players who were former All-Stars, but I'm only talking about when they were teammates.
At the team, yeah.
So for 13 years, Dirk's only had 2 All-Star players by his team.
That is insane.
What's even crazier is that from 2005 to 2011, Dirk led the Mavs to 7 straight 50-win seasons, and in 2 of those seasons they won 60 or more games. That's one of the things that people forget when they talk about Dirk. The Mavs always had trouble getting him help, and getting him another star teammate in free agency was pretty much impossible. Instead, the Mavs always got him former stars who were well past their primes. It worked out in 2011, but the other years, it did not. Nowadays, you basically need multiple All-Stars or Superstars.
Didn't he win MVP in 2011? I think I saw that as well in the previous video.
But back in the day, Dirk proved that he did not need that. He was good enough to win without that much help. Number 5, he took insane pay cuts throughout his entire career.
I'm getting from this already. He just seems like a loyal person, like a pure, like just a real person who just cared about his team, cared about the fans. And I know it's like saying about this sort of stuff, but he's taking pay cuts. He's kind of like, in a sense, he's not ruining his career, but I don't want to sound like that because he's won a championship, but he's sort of like, he's taking the hit playing with these lesser players for the fans. Because clearly there was like a lot between them. That's what I'm gathering from this.
Dirk
and I rate that.
Anything to help his team win, and even in the middle of his prime, he was still taking pay cuts.
Fair play.
He always left money on the table in order for the Mavs to sign other players to give the team a better chance of winning. Sadly, this would backfire sometimes. The most prominent example was in the 2014 offseason. Dirk was 35 years old, but he just had an incredible season, averaging 22 points a game on elite efficiency. And he also played 33 minutes a game for 80 games. On top of that, both the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers reportedly offered him a 4-year, $97 million max contract. But instead, Dirk did not even think about leaving Dallas, and he accepted a substantially smaller 3-year, $25 million
fair
deal
play,
to stay
man.
there. And the only reason he took this massive pay cut was so the team could sign Chandler Parsons. Yeah, they spent the money that could have went to Dirk on Chandler Parsons, where he got 3 years, $46 million.
I'm guessing that didn't work
By the
out.
numbers, that was the largest pay cut in NBA
That
history.
is insane.
Dirk literally gave up $72 million just because he's loyal to Dallas.
That speaks levels. Like, of course, he's still earning absolute bank. But bro, you know what? That's mental.
That's almost insane when you think about it.
That speaks levels, man.
Dirk always put the team ahead of himself.
I rate that
Unfortunately,
so
Parsons
much.
did not live up to his contract in Dallas,
Man.
partly because he was very injury prone. So it didn't really work out in the end, as the Mavs continued to lose in the first round. Number 4, a simple yet savage trash talker. Now, when we think about legendary trash talkers, Dirk is probably not gonna come to mind. But according to other players, Dirk had some of the most savage trash talk lines that they've ever heard. His signature phrase, which he uses whenever he's destroying his defender, is, "You should learn Chinese because you'll be in China soon."
Wait, what?
That's pretty funny. It's subtle, yet it can really get into players' heads. Dirk is
Oh,
also
like the leagues. Oh, I get it. I get
Every
it.
time Dirk was being guarded by a smaller defender, he'd call them a burger. According to Dirk, he started calling people burgers because he got it from a teammate. He used to have a teammate named Gary Trent, who would always call people burgers at practice, and that's when he started to say it too. Dirk also loves to trash talk his own teammates. One time, when Dirk was about to play his 20th season, Harrison Barnes walked up to him and asked, "That's impressive. Do you think I can get to 20 years?" To which Dirk responded, "No way, man. You need major skill to get to 20 years." Number 3, he dropped 52 points on Scottie Pippen as an 18-year-old.
What?
Michael, Scottie, a bunch of guys, like NBA players. Dirk was like 18. This is when Scottie was quote-unquote the best defender in the world. Dirk is kicking our ass. He's got like 25 at halftime. And me and Michael like, Scottie, you got to pick it up a little bit. He's mad. I'm going to lock him down in the second half. I'm going to lock him down in the second half.
Got more. Scored more.
Finished with like 52.
That's insane.
There's no footage of this game, and most of the details were claimed by Charles Barkley, so it might not be 100% accurate. But according to a report, the game did indeed happen. So what happened was, in 1997, a couple of NBA All-Stars played a couple of exhibition games in Europe. It was called the Nike Hoop Heroes Tour. Some of the players there included Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and Charles Barkley himself. According to Chuck, Dirk was destroying Pippen for the entire game, and this was when Pippen was supposedly the greatest defender in the world.
That's
Dirk
insane.
roasted him for 52 points. At just 18 years old, he looked unstoppable.
That speaks
against
levels,
a team
man.
of the best players in the NBA. Barkley proceeded to try and get Dirk to go to college at Auburn in the United States, but Dirk said that he had to go to the Army. I think it's a really cool story and shows how good he was at such an early age, playing against the best competition the sport has to offer. Eventually, Dirk would actually not even go to college in America, and instead he went straight to the 1998 NBA draft.
Wow.
He would get drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, and then, of course, traded to Dallas.
How different he looks.
Number 2, he changed the game.
Okay, so this is going to be...
Time you see a
I'm assuming this is like along the lines of like how Curry did this, like change like the sort of 3-point, like how frequent they were. Maybe it's in the sense of this. We'll see. But I'm intrigued to see like how this could even like how this could link up with that. Obviously, it's not going to be just 3-pointers.
Who
I
does it
assume.
remind you of? Dirk Nowitzki. It's
Wait,
right
sorry, I
he
should listen.
changed the game.
Speaking over that.
Every single time you see a player nowadays shoot a jumper off of one leg, who does it remind you of? Dirk Nowitzki. It's right up there with Kareem's sky hook as the most unguardable shot in history. Dirk himself has said that he started to shoot one-legged fadeaways because it creates a lot of space. If you just square
And that was
up
him
and
who
shoot
created
it,
that.
It's easier to get blocked, but if you stick that leg out, it gives more room to get the shot off. In Dirk's 20 years in the league, I've only seen his one-legged fadeaway get blocked only one time, and that was by Anthony Davis. But whenever a player has a move that other players are trying to copy, that says a lot. When he came into the league, a 7-footer who played like a shooting guard was basically unheard of. While most players that big would focus on playing in the post or near the basket, Dirk killed defenders from the perimeter. Later on in his career, he would improve his post game as well and scored in so many different ways. Nowadays, we see so many 7-foot players who prefer to play outside of the paint, and a lot of that has to do with Dirk. He expanded and changed what it means to be
fair play, man.
Kevin Durant has said that Dirk was very special to him growing up. One of my friends was like, the Diggler got 28 in the first half. I was like, shit, that's a lot of points. I watched it back, one-leggers, pull-up jump shots, threes, pump fake, one-dribble pull-ups, all the fundamentals. I was like, that's who I want to try and be like.
Man.
Number 1, Dirk led the...
I mean, if KD's looking up to you and you look at how his career's panned out, that speaks volumes of what you were to these players back in the day. Fair play. Like, the fact that he changed, he's got his own sort of shot technique. And he sort of he changed how taller players play in certain positions. You've got to look up to that and think, wow, man, fair play, respect, man.
In my opinion, of course, some would say it's Hakeem in 1995. That was amazing as well. But Dirk's 2011 playoff
I've heard a lot
was
about
simply
this.
Remarkable. After the first round of the playoffs that year, the Mavs were not favored in any other series.
So they're
and
proper dark horses.
Some thought that the Blazers had the highest chance to cause an upset. Before 2011, Dirk's reputation was not that good. He was seen as being soft, and most did not believe his style of play could lead his team to a championship.
Oh, the doubters were
proving
wrong.
It doesn't help that
man.
he crumbled under the pressure in the 2006 finals. And then in 2007, his MVP season, he got knocked out of the first round and played the worst series of his entire career. Those things also happened in the middle of his prime, so it was reasonable that very few people believed that the 2011 Mavericks, with a 32-year-old Nowitzki, could pull off this historic playoff
Look at his
run.
reach there.
Everything just clicked for the Mavs that year. They swept the Lakers in the second
Oh,
round,
what a shot,
defeated
man.
a very young Oklahoma City team, and then, of course, they defeated the new Miami Heat's Big Three. Dirk...
And again, that's what I'm talking about. So this guy was he's seen as not a one-man team, but he's seen that he carried them in a sense. And he was up against the Big Three at Miami Heat, who were one of at that point, they were probably seen as the best team overall. That's insane. That is insane, man.
Displayed the most complete offensive skill set he's ever had, and he hit clutch shots after clutch shots.
Oh!
For his entire playoff run, he averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists on insane shooting efficiency, capping off arguably the greatest playoff run in NBA history. And that's all, folks. Recently, Dirk also scored over 31,000 points, and he's currently 6th on the points leaderboard.
Wow!
Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Okay, this gave me a proper. I've heard of his name, and I knew he was a solid player, but I'm going to subscribe to this guy. Actually, I really enjoyed this video. But man, I didn't realise he was that legendary. God damn. The man who won the man who won without a super team. I mean, yeah, exactly, man. That speaks volumes to your level, to be able to carry other players around you. That speaks volumes, man. Dirk might be the last player to win a ring by himself. People seem to love him for them sort of reasons. So I wish I could I want to learn more about him. This is a very good video to initially to teach me about his overall career. But I'd like to look more in depth to it in future. This is why Kobe gave him so much praise, man. And to get praise from someone like Kobe, I mean, that speaks volumes. I'm guessing that Chinese line has to do with the Chinese league, the Chinese basketball league, right? Just being not very good, and yeah, I do get it. Should be a 2-time champion if Russ didn't screw Mavs over in 2006 finals. Man, you forgot to mention Dirk swept the Lakers and they were defending champs. Jeez. So was he a guy who was just consistently good, or did he used to just have monster games where he would just absolutely destroy a team? But yo, man, what a video. I really, really enjoyed this. And Dirk Nowitzki, I've definitely got to see more videos on him to do with his actual play. But yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And yo, until next time, like, subscribe, peace.